there. Thanks for coming back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. Today I am in the 2018 Lexus ES 350. So it's one of the two different midsize sedans that Lexus offers. So they have the ES and the GS. This one is like the super ultimate luxury edition, which is about a $9,000 add-on option. But you can tell these seats are super comfortable. The steering wheel is heated. Everything's on there. I think it's like the 12-point seat deal. You also have 3 different seat positions, savings things over there. Probably just got that one out. But yeah, so Lexus surprisingly has 2 different mid-size sedans. This is the cheaper version, so it's kind of here to compete with the Camry, and then the GS is more up there to compete with the BMWs, the Mercedes, all of that. So this is kind of a starter luxury car. Lexus was one of the first to kind of have that more starter vehicle in here. These ones start at about $38. The one I'm in is $49 with all the options. So like I said, like $10,000 in the luxury options, which you can add on, which I honestly love. It is a great car. I've enjoyed driving this. This actually has a little bit more legroom than the GS. It's a little less sporty. The GS, you can get it in the F Sport and all-wheel drive. This one only comes in front-wheel drive. The GS is rear wheel or all-wheel. But yeah, let's just go ahead, take it out on the road and see how it does. So now popping this car into eco mode. One of the biggest tips I have for you when you're buying a car is try test driving it first, just in eco mode, to see how you're doing. It is something that I would recommend, since typically for most of your driving it's going to be in eco mode. Of course, if you're going sporty, if you just want a little bit more fun, pop it in normal, pop it in sport, see what that does as well. But you will get the most gas mileage and use out of your vehicle if you're just driving in eco mode. This honestly is much better than some cars in eco mode. It's nice. It does take a little bit more time for pickup, of course, but that's an eco, which if you have a slow ascent, you're fine. You're good. It's really not bad. It's great for driving around town. Honestly, don't have any issues with it. Once it clears up, then I will pop it into normal to get a little bit more of a kick. So you push it down into normal, changes the handling a little bit so it's a little stiffer. It honestly, driving around town, I really don't see much of a difference until you're going off the line. Driving on the highway, of course, it's a little peppier, just a little more fun, going through turns, all of that stuff. I would recommend popping it into normal, or if you want to get that extra speed going in there, just flipping it right over to sport. So popping it into sport definitely gets you that stiffer steering, stiffer suspension. It's great around curbs. You really get a lot more pickup in your vehicle. Great for hopping on the highway. Great if you just want to have a more spirited drive. So this car really does get all 3 really well. Of course, if you want a very sporty vehicle, you want a little extra oomph, if you want to go on faster drives through hills and mountains and all that stuff, or even possibly take your car on the track, I would recommend the GS with the F Sport package on it, just because it's going to give you a little more, but that is also going to be much more expensive. So this car honestly is great for driving anyone around. You seriously have so much room in the back, which I will cover in a few minutes. And if you are driving kids, driving teens, driving men, there's plenty of room back there. Again, 5'5" for me, so I could basically live back there. It's great. So the interior of this car is relatively basic. I do like they have the 3 different seat settings, so if you have multiple people driving your car, you can have it for up to 3 people, so that's great if you're married or if your kids drive your car as well. And we have the parking assist, the auto light, and then the lane keeping assist over here. And the fun thing about these buttons for the gas and for the trunk is you push them in instead of like pulling back like for the hood. So it's just like a quick push, it opens. Of course, parking brake down there. And then got the basic steering wheel, so we have the volume, all that stuff, the different modes. You can, speak. We have more lane keeping, and then the parking assist right there. And we have start stop. So one thing I do like about this car, the wheel moves as soon as you plug in the seatbelt. it on. We can see the screen. Takes just a minute to turn on. Nice Lexus logo on there. Going, going, going. Finally, continue. So we have the satellite radio, all the presets on here. One thing I seriously don't like about Lexus, hopefully they change it, sorry about the radar cord, is this stupid touch trackpad. The more I drive them, the easier it gets for me, but it's just a quick little tap and it just goes all the way up the screen. Personally, don't like it. But you just hit the menu button. And so of course you have all those, radio, media. You can do your climate control right on here, which is nice. So you can do all those there instead of, you also have the buttons here. You know me, I prefer my buttons. And we have radio, media, so we do it buttons here or do it through the trackpad on the screen there. Something else I really like about this car is surprisingly let's close that. Something I like about this car, surprisingly, is going to be the cup holders. They're nice, they close up, and they're in two separate spots. So instead of having them like both together, like one here and one here, we have the one up here, and we have the one down here by the driver's side, which makes it easier so you're not grabbing someone else's drink. We have the different drive modes. We have the eco, push normal for start, right for sport. I'll go over those more when I'm driving. And the seat heaters are great because it is a knob that you just turn. And then we have the steering wheel. And then we have the screen on the back that automatically goes up and down, which is really nice as well. The glove box, again, you push it. Oops, oh my gosh, so much light, sorry. It's a relatively good sized glove box. The seats, the passenger side seats also stay set as well, so you have your 3 different settings over there. And then in the center console, push it in, get a little tray. And then we have the 10 volt and then we have the 12 volt in here. You have the 2 USBs and we have the auxiliary cord back there. And then the nice back seat. I find really entertaining about this with this vehicle, it happens actually a lot of times with a sport wheel or tire. You have a tire information and it says this vehicle is equipped with high performance tires that may experience less than 20,000 miles of tread life depending on driving conditions. So that actually is very important for a lot of people if you don't have a sportier tire and aren't used to it, that your tires don't last as long as a normal basic tire. So you may actually get less than 20,000 miles per the tire life. So looking at some of the stats and figures, this car gets about 21 miles in the city and 30 miles on the highway, averaging about 24. So for a car in this class, it's pretty much average. I think it gets a rating of like 5 in the fuel economy gauge. So right there in the middle, nothing too crazy. If you're looking for really good gas mileage, go check out the hybrid version. So we're in a 3.5 liter V8 engine, hence the 350 on the back. Let's get you the exact numbers. We're at 268 horsepower and 248 pound-feet of torque. So that is not as powerful as the GS, but it still is great for getting around town. Again, this is your entry-level luxury vehicle. You are looking at this car just to kind of have a Lexus, maybe do one up on your Camry. This actually costs about the same as some of the Camrys, like fully loaded. So if you're looking at fully loading a Camry, you should definitely be checking out this vehicle as well. I believe the Honda Accord also is on the pricier side too. So this is really the opening door for anyone getting a Lexus. I would highly recommend checking it out. For me personally, would I buy this vehicle? You know, I actually probably would consider it. It's definitely in need of a little bit of a refresh. It's been out for a few years, but hopefully that's coming soon. And I would look at it. I only have my one 4-door, so sedan. If I'm looking at sedan, this actually would be something. A mid-size sedan is something every family really should get, especially if you are toting around people, picking up people from the airport, have like adults in your car. So I'll drive my cousins around. I have one at SMU and one down in Dallas who is working. So having that extra room in the back really is great compared to a compact sedan. It's more of a grown-up car. Or if you're a guy, this really is a great car to check out. So I would highly recommend it. So I'd highly recommend this car, especially if you're looking at any mid-size sedan. Come check this out. If you're looking for a luxury sedan, have a little bit more money to spend, definitely go check out that GS. It's great. Hopefully I will get a review on that one as well. So make sure if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button. Click on that bell icon so you'll be alerted every time I have a new video coming up. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.